Hey guys, what is up and welcome back. I did a video not too long ago on could there be life on other planets? Now I want to shift the focus to could humans go and populate and live on other planets? Could people actually survive on different planets? And this has been talked about, or I guess theorized, in a couple movies or TV shows. So Futurama, you had Mars University. So people actually walk around, no spacesuits needed, but obviously that's supposed to be 1,000 years in the future. Blah blah blah. It's also an animated TV show. And then the movie Martian somewhat falls under a science fiction sort of deal. So, with the movie Martian, Matt Damon was the main character in that. And there's a space crew. It's obviously sometime in the future. But a space crew has a mission on Mars. A bad storm forces them to get onto their spaceship to leave the planet. And one of the astronauts is hit by debris. I think it was a satellite. I'm not sure. I saw the movie once on a plane. So don't kill me if I'm wrong on that. But that was Matt Damon's character. So he goes flying. They're like, we can't wait any longer to try to find him. This storm's getting worse. We gotta go. He ends up surviving. And they assumed he was dead. So turns out he was not dead, and he survived somehow. And he had to find a way to live and survive on Mars until the next space mission would come down. But that was, going to be years. So, you have that. So he would, he had some food. And there was some that was already prepared, ready, and some of it was being saved because, like I said, they left because of the storm. It was supposed to be a longer mission, but they had to bail early. So, he's, eating different kinds of food, and then he's like, well, what if I grow my own food? And he uses different kinds of chemistry and science, and he's able to grow potatoes. Cool. So, he's able to grow potatoes. Next thing was going to be how to get to the next site where the next mission was coming down from. How was he going to get there? And he was able to do different things and XYZ, and he's somewhat able to survive. So with that in mind, could humans survive on another planet in real life? Now, yes, I have a science degree. My degree is in environmental science. So I'm not a chemist, I'm not a physicist, I'm not anything, in that region. I'm not a biologist. I'm just environmental science. So, I have a basic understanding of science as a whole. And, the chemistry sounded, pretty right. Like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Um, but did I know for sure that's what would happen? No. And obviously, there's some science fiction, to this. Um, it's could he in or could people in theory do this? Um, I think it's possible. It would have to be in contained buildings. Like, you would not be able to just go land on Mars and plant, in this case, a potato and be like, go. No, you need heavy amounts of fertilizer, you need water, you need things um, to make the soil actually have nutrients to it, something where potatoes or any other kinds of vegetation could actually grow. So you probably aren't going to get to the Futurama level without a ton of time, which 1,000 years ought to do it. Um, but, and also at that point, you have to severely change Mars as a whole. You have to do a lot of things. Now, I bring up Mars because that's the one where people are like, oh, we found ice. That means there was water. Mars is probably the most possible option out of other planets. Yes, it is smaller than Earth. I do believe it's closer to Earth than Venus. I'm not sure. But Venus, you're also getting closer to the sun, and therefore the temperature may not be possible to live there. So, and then any other planets are pretty much too far away, or they're gas planets. Like Jupiter, that's a gas planet. There's no actual surface for you to land on. So that's not going to work. And then at that point, you're going outside the solar system, which who knows how long that would take people. So that at that point, you're talking about you would have to go into like a cryogenic sleep. Because even Mars, I think that's a few months to get there. I'm going to do a quick Google search and get all that info for Mars, Venus, anything like that. And then we'll get a better idea. But at that point, you're talking cryogenically freezing someone. So that way they don't age, they don't do anything like that. And even then, that's, again, even more science fiction. So we'll take a look at that and get a better idea. Okay, so from Earth to Mars, you're talking about 190 million miles. So let's do Venus. Okay, so Venus is 44 million miles. So it's actually quite a bit closer. So now let's figure out how long it would take to get to Venus, how long it would take to get to Mars, and the temperatures. Okay, so the temperature on Venus is about 900 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the hottest planet in our solar system, even though Mercury is closer to the sun. So surface temperatures on Venus are about 900 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. The surface is a rusty color and it's peppered with intensely crunched mountains and thousands of large volcanoes. So probably not possible to live there. So Mars is going to sit about 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see, that's the average. Temperatures range from about 220 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter time at the poles. It's negative 220, my bad. to positive 70 degrees Fahrenheit over the lower latitudes in the summer. So you're going to hit about 70 degrees at the hottest point. Now, that's not bad. It's not. It's a little more livable than 900 degrees Fahrenheit. So, as far as temperature, you're better off going to Mars if you don't feel like melting. So, a trip to Mars would take about 7 months. Yeah, 7 months. So, I did say it would take a few months to get there. So, you got 7 months to get there. Once you're there, is it possible to do what Matt Damon did in Martian? Sure. You know, it's possible. And then anything else outside our solar system, like let's say Pluto. Yeah, it's a dwarf planet, but still. How long would it take to get to Pluto? 9.5 years. So it was speeding. So let's see. New Horizons mission launched in January 2006, speeding away from Earth at a record-breaking 36,400 miles per hour. Even at that blistering pace, it still took the probe 9.5 years to reach Pluto, which was about 3 billion miles from Earth on the day of the flyby. Yeah. So imagine a decade just to get to Pluto. So anything outside the solar system, you're cryogenically freezing people. Earth-like planets. Let's see what that says. Let's see. How long would it take us to reach the most Earth-like planet that we know of? So, according to this, if we took one of our fastest probes to the planet, New Horizons, which is currently traveling about 36,000 miles per hour, it would take well over 26 million years to reach our destination. Yeah, 26 million years, which at that point, I don't even know. I mean, that thing might be dust or just rusted and malfunctioning like it's no one's business after 26 million years. I don't know if anything can rust in outer space, but yeah, that would be no bueno. So, that's where I say you have to cryogenically freeze. And then 26 million years. Who knows how much that would impact an Earth-like planet? And then it's like, oh, we got here. Oh, crap, this isn't habitable at all. So that's just not logical. It's not. If any planet were to be somewhat in the next couple hundred years, 300, 400, maybe even 500, 600 years, if anything's going to be habitable for humans, it would probably be Mars. It's 7 months to get there, but at least it's semi-possible. You don't have to cryogenically freeze anyone. You do need enough food for that journey, but you don't have to cryogenically freeze. You need food to get there, food to get back, and food while you're on there. That's all you need. So that's it. That's all I got. So would it be possible? Yeah, possibly someday. Someday in the next, it may be 600-700 years. It could be 1,000 years, 2,000 years. But at some point, I do believe we'll get to that point. We will get there where we can go to other planets and have people live there. It's not going to be Futurama where you can just walk around, no spacesuit. It's going to be closer to Martian. But you have indoor buildings where it's, you don't need a spacesuit 24/7, 365. But to grow things, because also you have to worry about oxygen, and you'll have plants and all that different stuff. But yeah, it could in theory be possible. So you guys did enjoy this. Please leave a like. New channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on. See you guys next video. Later.
Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years